Hello, we are Soo Lee and Chanu Park, who will be presenting our capstone design, the IPO Helper, a service for IPO investors. The order of the presentation is as follows. First, let me explain why we chose this topic. With recent pricing improvements, interest in IPO is resurging and the cumulative number of IPO is high. This has led more people to see IPOs as a way to start investing. However, despite of these market conditions, there are several constraints for investors. First, when gathering information from financial statements, there is no tool to deal with the problem of difficult terminology. Then what about the news articles? Information in news article is dense and can lead to more information clutter. And above all, as you can see the graph on the left side, most trading volume is concentrated at the opening price, indicating that predicting the opening price is the most important features for investors. Alright, then let's see the similar services in Korea. Currently, no chatbot exists that give users the prior features at the same time. Also, the summary services are similar to this. In the case of the Naver News, the summary performance is highly accurate, but it does not provide the positive or negative news judgments or summaries of multiple news at once. And unfortunately, there are no available opening price prediction services now. Therefore, we developed IPO Helper with key improvements. First, our IPO chatbot uses the Flare method for enhanced accuracy and reliability. Second, the summary services updates hourly with the latest news of upcoming IPOs. And lastly, the opening price prediction service combines multiple variables to support better decision making and reduce investment risk. Now, let me explain our each service in detail. We developed two chatbot services, a Flare chatbot and a document-based chatbot, both using the RAG method. It divides documents into chunks, embeds them in a vector store, retrieves relevant content, and generates answers based on the content. On the other hand, Flare is an advanced RAG technique used in the Flare chatbot that iteratively predicts the next sentence and uses it as a query. If the prediction falls below the GPT model's log probability threshold, it searches for relevant content via Naver search, stores it in a vector store, and retrieves it after assessing the relevance. The process sequence of summarization service is as follows. First, we crawl the articles of a company from 45 newspapers and select the top 3 most recent articles. Finally, we summarize each article using OLAMA with prompt engineering. In open price prediction service, news sentiment variable, investor interest variables, and variables for public stocks are used as a data for classification and prediction. I will explain how we made the news sentiment data in the next slide. First, we fine-tuned the Clubert model using the Finance Praise Bank dataset, and using this model, we calculated sentiment score of each article. After that, we classified the sentiment of a company as positive, neutral, negative, based on the average of multiple sentiment scores. ASVI is one of the most important variables. ASVI measures the change in current search volume compared to the recent average for company I, calculated as the difference between the AT's volume and the media volume of previous 8 days. We calculated it for T value of book building, subscription, and from subscription to listing. I will explain the classification and prediction services in the next 2 slides. Our open price prediction service first shows whether a stock price will rise or fall by using CapBoost classification model. Class 0 and Class 1 represent falling and rising respectively. This model achieved accuracy of 83%. In addition to classification, our open price prediction service provides a prediction service using an MLP model that achieved an RMSE of 23.5% and a validation loss of 9.45%. Alright, now let's watch the full service demo video.
The flared chatbot freely answers questions about public offerings, and if the initial response falls below a certain threshold, it retrieves answers directly from Naver. In the document-based chatbot, users first upload a document. Then, when they ask a question about it, they receive an answer along with its reference within the document, enabling a document-specific Q&A experience. Let's ask another question. In this way, users can see not only the results, but also the parts of the document referenced. The summarization service provides a summary of the top 3 real-time news articles for the company entered by the user. Once loaded, the service summarizes the title and content of the top 3 news articles about the company in 3 sentences focused on that company. This provides users with quick, easy access to company information. The prediction service provides an opening price return based on 8 variables for the company you enter. Users can see the data used in the forecast and the results of the return prediction. This is the end. Thank you for watching our services.
In conclusion, as you can see, the service performance is as follows. But since we use OpenAI's GPT model, there are associated costs. Also, the news summarization service is provided through the top 45 media sources, and the prediction service has a limitation in that the admin must manually input the data. These are sources that we referenced for this capstone design. Thank you for listening to our presentation.